I think we should get started since it's 7:05 p.m. So what I would ask now is, unless you are a speaker, to maybe mute for a bit. We're going to talk maybe for about a half hour, give you the lowdown on what's up with AIE these days, what's up with the Guild and Summer of Love. So there'll be quite a bit of that. We'll hear from a couple of the game directors and have a fun time here. And then after that, we'll have some open Q&A. You can feel free to type questions in the Town Hall chat channel in Discord. We'll try to get to all the questions. If we don't get to them live, we'll answer them after the fact or as best we can. And then we'll open it up for just socialization and hanging out. Though there's a couple guild events tonight, and there's going to be guild events all week. That's sort of the purpose of what we got going on here.
Gives me a chance to refill my drink. Be right back.
Great. So to kick things off, and this is also going to be recorded, and it's also being broadcast live on Twitch. But to kick things off, I did want to say that, yes, welcome to Summer of Love. This is an event that we've had in the Guild for many years now. Probably, I don't know, this is probably our 10th year in some form. It's all centered around, and our main, our most sacred holiday in AIE of the year is August 2nd. That's our Remembrance Day. So Remembrance Day is going to be the culmination, the ending event of Summer of Love this year. We're starting today. We'll run for a week and a day. So next Monday, August 2nd, will be our Remembrance Day. Every day until then, we're going to have a lot of fun things going on, and that's what we'll describe here tonight. One thing I did want to kick off with is just to say a comment or two. We're not going to get into this in detail tonight. We may in the future, but we do know there's been some disturbing news from the games industry this past week, and a lot of us are really processing it in a lot of different ways. And right now, it's very hard to say what the best path forward is for any individual. But one thing we all need to be sure to do is to respect each other and support anyone dealing with any form of harassment in any environment. There may be more to come on this topic as it evolves, but that's not what Summer of Love is about, and it's not what AIE is about. What is AIE about? Just everybody needs to remember we're an inclusive, a supportive group of people, friends, a community. To be clear, we have zero tolerance for any kind of discrimination or harassment. And we are always there for each other. And that's what I want everybody to think about in this context. That's what this week is all about. That's what Remembrance Day is all about. So that's all I'll say on this topic for now. We can do a little bit more Q&A at the end and potentially have some side discussions. But that we wanted to sort of get out of the way. And then we wanted to see what's going on in our community and what does this week have in store. So we're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to hand the mic over to a couple people here and there. As I said, feel free to keep those questions coming. Even throughout the event, maybe we can answer them in text even while people are talking. But let's start with Elder Scrolls Online. Dan Kinia, did you guys have the order, or am I just going to surprise each person here and then tell them that they're up?
No idea that I was going first.
Oh, there you go.
No idea.
Oh, I did send out the preview PDF, but I didn't really point it out in time. But there you go. Well, Dan Kinia is always ready for anything. She has already jumped off a cliff today. So Dan Kinia, why don't you give us a couple comments
before you go? I would say, Kinia, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay. I already tried rolling dice in here, and my rolls are horrible, just like they are in real life. So ESO. I can't see the slide anymore, Max. It went away.
Sorry. I was turning around to look at the audience. There you go.
Thank you. So as the slide mentions, in ESO, we do mandatory fun every Friday night. It's at 8 p.m. Central, which is 9 p.m. Eastern for all of you Eastern people. And it's also easier for me to remember Eastern than Central. We do the public dungeons, world bosses, and as has already been mentioned, lots of jumping off cliffs. There is no floor counter for ESO because it happens at least several times a week. We recently had a couple of our regular mandatory fun attendees put together a group for vet dungeon runs to do some monster set farming, and that'll be Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Right now, they've got a set of 4, but they can always use alternates, and if there's enough interest, we can always set up a second group as well. And eventually, our goal is to get a full set of 12 that can run the trials, which are ESO's version of raids. But yeah, join us for mandatory fun on Friday nights. We'll give you a tour, help you get sky shards, and just have fun hanging out, killing monsters, and jumping off cliffs.
Sweet. Thank you, Dan Kenya. We'll get to it at the end, but most of our major divisions are going to have a special event that we'll touch on for Remembrance Day, and then a few things going on during the week as well. I think for ESO, you've just your main event this week is a special edition mandatory fun night on Friday. Is that right?
We were going to do the house tours like we normally do, but there's actually an event going on in ESO right now that we'll probably prioritize instead, with a secondary visit to a house after we kill a few dragons.
Great. Sounds fun. I'm certainly going to try to be there. Excellent. Next up, Final Fantasy. Abavan, are you?
Hello.
There we go. Yeah, we got an Abavan.
I am here.
Excellent.
So Final Fantasy 14, for those who are not Roman numeral inclined, is a fun little game, fun little number there that we're playing. One thing for those who are not afraid to test gravity, there is no fall death if you fall at full health, so just keep that in mind. But no, it is. We have seen a large influx of players over these last few months, actually. So there's plenty of room for everybody to play. We do regular events every week. We do have um the map nights, which is one of the fun things you can do in the games. Like you get a treasure map, go out there, go find the treasure, and then you might get a RNG loot zone that you get access to. Good times.
And lots, yeah.
We do
Fun
have
and profit. I love those.
fun and profit, and lots of silliness there. And it's the combat in there is very, very simple in those map zones. It's supposed to be. It's all RNG based, and you're in it for the lulz. The We do have a free company house. Free company is just Final Fantasy speak for guild. We do have a free company house there, shown in the bottom picture there, in the beautiful Shurigone housing district. Come on by anytime if you are there is a generous free trial available. Now, free trials cannot join the free company, but we do have the Discord server available. So we are more than happy to help you out and get you started there. The game is having a large influx of players right now. So you may need to the server we are on is Goblin. It's not but the servers, they sort of go through a rotation of where people can roll up new characters on. So if you can't roll a server up on our server, wait a little bit. You'll be able to shortly thereafter.
Cool.
Other than that, we would love to have you guys come experience yours. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome game, and the only other thing saying is it's AIE's only console to PC cross-platform game. If you can't find that new video card, go out and get yourself a PlayStation 4, and then you can hop on in. Same game, same servers.
And man, Final Fantasy is hot right now. A bunch of top streamers are getting into it.
So many cat boys and cat girls.
Lots going on there.
And bunnies.
And oh yeah, I forgot you guys have bunny people now again.
Yes, and pound for pound, the strongest races ever in creation, the Lalafell. If you think about it, they're the smallest creature, but they have the same strength as the largest guy. So pound for pound, they are the strongest creatures in the universe.
also the greatest ratio of anger to weight as well. Mad
There is
because
that.
small. This week, big map night coming up on Saturday, right? See how many people we can get in there for Summer of Love.
Yes, we're gonna try to get. I'm stockpiling maps, and we'll hope to have tons of maps and tons of loot and profit to be had for it by everybody.
Cool. All right, moving right along. A game I've been playing actually quite a bit lately. Guild Wars 2, Dehara. You want to give us a little bit of a rundown? You and Mal, I think, have some stuff going on in there regularly.
Yeah, for anybody who hasn't actually seen it, Guild Wars 2 is a fantasy MMO that tries to approach the genre in its own unique way. We're currently in the run-up to a new expansion early 2022, End of Dragons. And right now in that run-up, they've released an account-wide armory for legendary items, so you can equip them without having to move stuff around in the mail. It's being released. There's a Play the Past Living Story achievement event going on that will lead up to a legendary amulet for that armory. It should be the easiest legendary to get in the game if the predictions come true. They're in season 1, which was done all live in the living world. There was a boss fight, Twisted Marionette, that had hundreds of people boss fight, and it disappeared because of the way the story worked back in the day, and has been brought back from the dead as a 50-man instance. And within the end, they've said that there should be a public system with public entry system should be available in the future once they fix the bugs with the one that they built for a recent event. And World versus World Alliance system, if some of you may have heard of it, they've actually announced that it'd be out before the end of the year. The idea is it unanchors the team fights in World versus World from the worlds, which that's pretty much the last part of Guild Wars 2 that depends on realms. Oh yeah, and the client scheduled upgrade to DX11. If any of you have been sort of sad with the way it performs in the past.
Fun.
We have MFN. Pardon me?
Yeah, fun. I gotta get those graphics upgrades.
Yep. MFN's Monday night, 6:30 Pacific. And Mailong runs a monthly event where we do world bosses, public dungeons, fractals, and anything special that happens to be up.
Excellent. So tomorrow night, Mandatory Fun Night, Guild Wars 2, Summer of Love edition. Got anything specific planned?
It depends on how many people show up. Some days it's just me. Some days there's a bunch of people. I have no idea, so it's hard to plan.
Yep. Sounds good. I'm sure we can get something good going. As we do those things this week, we'll probably try to do a little bit more streaming of these various nights. So even if you can't join, but you want to sort of see what's going on in Final Fantasy or Guild Wars or ESO, keep an eye on. We'll try to broadcast them both to the AIE Guild Twitch channel and then also to the individual channels of all of our awesome streamers these days. All right, let's see. Moving along more. Next up, I think I've got Lord of the Rings Online. Malong added a couple pictures in here. What do we got going on here, Mel?
In Lord of the Rings Online, we do play on the Langevall server. We do have Saturday Night Lotro, which is our MFN, which is on Saturdays, starting 7:30, 8 o'clock. We run for about 2 hours. That's 7:30, 8 o'clock Central Time. We do Player versus Monster Player, which is our its version of PvP. That's starting to pick back up, so we'll be looking to jump back in there, which has always been a big hit. We did add Lotro did add a couple legendary servers, which you have to be subscribed for, and we are on the Treebeard, which is a slower XP. So we do have a guild on that, kinship on there. We don't have a kin house like what you see in the big picture. That's a kin house on Landry Ball. once we are able to get a kin house on Treebeard, we'll be getting a kin house on Treebeard as well.
Cool. I didn't know we would go that far. That's pretty awesome. Is Treebeard one of the slow leveling servers? I forgot.
Yes,
you guys picked.
it's you only get 40% of normal XP, so you are nerfed quite a bit. You gain XP slower. It's supposed to take you a little bit longer to do, and because of that, on Treebeard, they're going to be opening it up, the next zone, every 5 or 6 months. So you have plenty of time to get up to the current in-game on that server, do some of the in-game stuff that you probably missed out on at the very beginning.
Sounds good. Nice slow journey. It's about the journey in a lot of these games. So join AIE on that journey if you want. Lots of support and tips and that kind of thing from some of the people that have been doing it for quite a while. Very cool. Another one that we've had going for quite a while. Let's see if I lost my presentation deck here. Here we go. Star Trek Online. So Lotro and Star Trek, there's slightly older graphics and game engines, but the immersion in the universe and lore is just so amazing in both of those games. And AIE has made a home in both of them. I really like them from that perspective. So if you really want to feel like you're part of the Lord of the Rings story, like alongside and crossing paths with the Fellowship, Lotro is awesome for that. And then in the very same way, Star Trek, from every generation all the way through the current media content, new updates coming out all the time, is that way as well. Do we have Greybog or Nicodas in with us tonight? I think we might not. Both of them work quite a bit on the weekends. So Dent, are you here? No. So I will do the update. So Greybog, Dent, and Nicodas sort of run our fleet there in Star Trek Online. Once in a while, there are fleet nights on Sunday. I think they're a little bit switched up right now. So I don't think we're doing one tonight. A really fun way to keep up with what's going on in Star Trek, and a really cool AIE thing that we've got going on across Star Trek Online, is there is an AIE podcast. So the AIE STO podcast is called the Fleet Action Report, and that's Greybog and Nicodas. And I do this in my head all the time. I think about these brand new podcasts that are popping up all over the place. This one's been around for a year. I mean, I feel like it's been a month, but I was just on their 1 year anniversary podcast last week. They go over lots of cool things about the game. They show off what's going on in the game. They sort of play. You can jump in there and play along with them for the anniversary event. It was a bunch of AIE people, and we were doing some. Well, Tabitha was in with us and killing everyone. It was PvP, and Tabitha was on fire. She's got some hot chip build-outs there that I cannot match. So that was really awesome. This is one of those games where there's sort of multiple factions. There's Klingons, there's the Klingon Defense Force, and there's the Federation. You can still be a Klingon in the Federation, but you can also join the Klingon Defense Force faction. And AIE has a home on both sides. So if you want to be in KDF or you want to be in the Federation, whatever kind of alien you want to roll, home for you there. Lots of fun stuff with AIE in Star Trek. So that's a very cool one as well. Let's see. Next up, this one I don't know too much about, do I? Seema, why don't you tell me all about this game? Let me know what this is all about.
I would be happy to. So, first of all, as far as I know, Tabby hasn't killed any of us yet.
Well, then she's not trying hard enough. We do try hard to kill each other in Star Trek all the time.
Yeah, that's true. We do. Star Wars. We're actually doing great in Star Wars, and Max has picked a couple of really good pictures from this last year to show. We do still do our MFN on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we do have a weekly, on Fridays, we have like a rotating event. So we alternate between a group of people who like to do achievements, a group of people who like to do master mode flashpoints, which flashpoints are the 4-man content. We also do Mega, as noted here, which is once a month. That's monthly Epic Guild activity, and Marcus runs that. And I'm leaving out one thing because I only said 3 things, but there's a 4th thing we do. And then the 5th Friday, which this month we actually do have 5 Fridays, we leave open.
Of our 4 Fridays, we do achievements, flashpoints,
Mega.
Oh,
hard mode. How could I
hard
forget
mode
that,
ops.
Marcus?
Hard mode ops.
Hard mode ops training, which is really popular. That's where Marcus takes people into the veteran mode version of ops. So it's sort of like if you've been coming to MFN, you've done story mode, and you want to try the next harder mode, then you can come to this once a month and learn some mad skills. And Marcus is there to take you through that.
Yes, very, very fun times. This is also another division where we have podcasts. There are 2 podcasts. So Marcus is in here. Marcus is and Nick have a podcast called Working Class Nerds. It's an AIE Star Wars, The Old Republic. Lots of great interviews. I mean, these guys interviewed one of the voice actors, Holly Fields, who does some of the voices for Star Wars: The Old Republic. So really, really awesome. They've been going for years. And then Seema and I have a podcast, and you can check that out sometime.
Yeah, and one thing I usually start this out by saying, and I kind of didn't do it this time, is we continue to have like steady growth in the guild, and the 2 podcasts are part of that source, but also Marcus and his streaming channel, and everyone else who streams for us, and
Tabitha, who streams, yeah.
Tabitha, and yeah, so that's one of the things that makes MFN fun for us and keeps it fresh, is that we have this sort of new people all the time. So yeah, I recommend. Come and join us.
Yeah, we love having the new people in. I mean, we've been doing this for almost 10 years. This December, it will be 10 years in Star Wars: The Old Republic for AIE and for us. Every week we say, hey, here's the first operation that was ever added to the game. Has anyone not ever been here before? And at least 20% of the hands go up. Not that I can see through their cameras into their living rooms through Discord, but who knows? Maybe I can. So yeah, that's awesome. World of Warcraft. We've got a couple of our leaders from WoW. A couple of our other top directors of WoW are going through some family stuff right now. So keep your thoughts with them, with Cyrene and Tetsemi. But we do have Gusty and Fez, who I'm gonna. I don't think I set you guys up, but Gusty, if you want to talk about couple things we got going on in World of Warcraft in general, a couple highlights, and maybe what you've got planned this week. I'm going to maybe just let you talk about that because you've got special events planned, and then Fez will have a couple words on the Alliance side too. Gusty, you're on mute. I know I'm surprising you. So maybe we'll have.
There we go. Unmuted now.
Yes, sounds great.
Sorry, I was picking herbs on WoW.
As we all should be. Is everyone farming something at the moment? This is what we do.
9.1 showed up finally at last, and that means a new raid, and people are going through that and making their way through. And Sylvanas is the end boss, and some of our raid teams have taken her down. Others are getting close, and there's some crazy fights in there and new loot. Yay! New stuff to do. That's very exciting. And there's a new zone, and we can ride in the Maw now, which used to be a really, really, really hard place to do your quests, and now it's somewhat not as hard, but still pretty hard. So there's lots of new content and everybody's going after it. And then this week, as well as trying to get caught up in all that on both a Horde character that is raiding and a newly high level Alliance character who's being assisted in raiding. Not very helpful. We're also doing a couple of events this week. On Wednesday night will be the running of the beef, which is usually Cyrene's baby. But she can't be here, so I am taking that one. And basically, we all roll new characters, and then we go somewhere. That's the running part. We're due to a lot of interest in taking new allied races, which are a recent thing. We're going to do alliance characters, whether you're Horde or Alliance, and you'll do an allied race, which starts at level 10. So you can mount, yay. And we're going to start in Stormwind, and we're just going to run around and do some fun things. And I've picked out a few things, talked to Fez about them, talked to Diddy about them, and we're making an itinerary. And hopefully it'll be amusing and entertaining for everybody. And then Saturday, my signature thing one of them is pets and transmog. We're doing pets, a pet battle pet safari, where we're going to travel around the Shadowlands and do a bunch. They're not quite quests, but there's secret pets that you can unlock by doing strange things like picking an herb and flying up into a tree and putting it in a brazier, and then a moth comes by and you loot the moth for a pet. It's stuff like that. Or getting toxins to make you sick, and then you have to run through a tube and get to a chest. So we're going to wander all around Shadowlands doing that kind of stuff. And there's also some fun toys. One of them turns you into a slime where you can absorb other players.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to be fun, and it'll be about 2 hours. I'm going to do on Horde side. Slight change to the itinerary that was posted earlier. Horde side will be 3:30 to 5:30, 3 to 5, and then 5:30 to 7:30 on Alliance side. So if people have both Horde and Alliance characters and want to do these, they are more than welcome and encouraged. Otherwise, one or the other is welcome too.
And even though it's a pet battle event, you
We're
don't
not gonna-
ever, no pet battling. You don't have to have ever done a pet battle to benefit
Correct.
from this.
We will not be battling with the pets. We are simply acquiring them, and they will all be level 1. So if all you have is level 1 pets, that's all we're getting. This is to make your pet stable larger. It is not. In the last event, actually, in Battle for Azeroth, when we were in between waiting for people to show up, Cyrene and I did pet battle each other, and I'll have a team of something odd. And if anyone wants to challenge me, like during downtime, we'll do that. I'll also be giving away some pets.
I challenge you.
I will take your challenge. With Cyrene, I did an all Void Beetle team because Airbuck decided that he wanted to send me all of his Void Beetles and encourage other people to do that too. Cyrene has long been known for her Left Shark acquisitions, and that for a long time has been a guild dues in WoW that I would encourage any new player to send a Left Shark to Cyrene. So she's got like somewhere around 400. She had to create a special bank alt just for all of her Left Sharks, and I continue to think people should send them to her, but she is away from the game right now, so they'll just come back to you, so don't bother, but save them up to send to Cyrene.
Will we be able to throw cats? That's a question.
You can pat cats, but you cannot throw them. We actually, on the Alliance alt run, the running of the beef, we will be visiting the cat house outside Stormwind, which is where the crazy cat lady will sell you cats. Nothing. It's right outside the
nice.
A very nice and religious outpost where you start your human characters.
Excellent. As you said, on Saturday it's going to be both Horde and Alliance. Not everybody necessarily knows, but we have a now large and growing Alliance presence with a bunch of Alliance stuff going on too. Fez, you want to Want to enlighten us a bit on Alliance activity and the cool stuff that AIE does there?
Sure. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Fantastic. Well, first of all, I, as a member of AIE for many, many, many years, never thought we would actually have an Alliance Guild, but it's going on 2.5 years now. So if you want to come join the blue team, it's Virtus on the Earthen Ring realm. We're about 780 members, and it's not uncommon to see about anywhere from 10 to 20 people online at a time. So there is some good participation. I have to say, guys, the mandatory fun night, our raid night, is Friday night. It's 8 p.m. to 11. We take about an hour break in between at the top of each of those hours. But I have to say, guys, I really, really, really love. I look forward to logging in Friday night and raiding with this team. We're so close. We have so much fun together. And if you want to try it out, just come on over. There's no high level requirement. You have to hit 60. We welcome you to come in and participate in our raid, but and then also just participate in the fun that we have on those nights. It's not uncommon for us to have Wednesday or Tuesday night some random mythics to help people get geared up, and then on the weekends some Torghast runs. So if you don't like going to a Torghast by yourself, you hop into the guild message and just say, "Hey, look, looking to do Torghast," and chances are you're going to find a couple of people that'll want to group with you and go through that. So, but all in all, it's strong. It's we play well with other our horde brethren and sistren. um, there's not a lot of PvP, but there's a lot of fun to be had. So please come, even if you just want to come and hang out for a little bit. I'm happy to welcome you aboard.
That's excellent, and that's as everybody can tell and everybody knows, that's really the AIE way. It's a lot of supportive people helping people get stuff done, accepting and bringing people along to have fun on the mandatory fun nights. That's how we roll. So that's really fun to hear. That's not to say, like in World of Warcraft, there's a ton of raid teams and some really, really great high-end raid teams doing the high-end thing. And we encourage and support and cheer those teams on as well. So there's cool stuff there across all our games. WoW Classic is a thing as well. We did move to the Mancrick server. Which has been an exciting move for the group, I know, because it's quite a bit more busy over there. The dark portal is open. The gates are unleashed. Gruul is hanging out in his lair and whatnot. There are a handful of people that are there on a regular basis. You can see down in the channel as they sort of group up and do some dungeons and things like that. There are some people that are even raiding on a regular basis. Bach, for instance, does quite a bit of raiding and will stream those raids in WoW Classic. So that's a place too where if you'd like to check it out, or you just want to drop a character in to see what's up from time to time, AIE is there as well. All right, that's our major games divisions. But if we start thinking of where else AIE is in lots and lots of places, and it continues to expand as the days go on. So if you look in the Nomads group in our Discord, the Nomads section is filled with a bunch of channels right now. If a game doesn't have a channel, that doesn't mean there isn't necessarily a group of people playing it. They might just be chatting up in the Nomads channel itself. I saw some discussion earlier this week on, I think, Conan Exiles. So as groups start forming or servers start getting spun up to play something, we'll add additional channels. We'll add multiple channels. We'll create new sections as we need. So there isn't as clear a delineation anymore these days between sort of like what a big division is and what a small division is. We're all sort of sweeping back and forth between all of these. A bunch of people still play Diablo, so that I count these as the 5Ds on the left, and they sort of come and go. People come in and they go out. When there's expansions, we'll get people spinning back up in it. Sorry, I got distracted by chat there. Don't see the webpage in the VR world. Does everyone else have the? No one else sees it in Altspace?
Nope. It's just
No.
the screen telling how to connect it
Wow, this whole time?
this whole time.
Great. Well,
That's why I asked you to turn around so that I could see the slideshow.
I'm just watching.
Reason why, I'll tell you, you're looking at file. Look at the website you're looking at.
No, that's fine. How about now?
Now I can see it.
I see it.
Oh, there's another button. And there's a button that says broadcast. Didn't know I had to also broadcast because I could see it. I could see it fine this whole time. This is exactly what it looked like to me. Like, this is looking
That's
great.
how we've been seeing it.
I thought we were supposed to use our imagination because
no,
we're gamers.
that's the whole deal. Is it's supposed to be? I was supposed to be presenting to all of you, and you were all like standing around looking at it like there was something to see. I was like,
that's what I thought.
So you were all just like standing around staring at a big bag of nothing.
Well, I was also watching it on stream, so
right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We were standing around watching it on Twitch.
Yeah, sorry about that. There we go.
Yeah, I just figured it was my setup, so I was looking at Twitch.
Me too.
If you noticed that this town hall world is called the AIE Guildhall Beta, so we are learning. We are learning as we go. I will continue to fix this stuff up as we go. All right.
I think, as G said a few times, this game is perfect. It has no bugs.
So as you can see here, back on our Nomad stuff, the left half, the 5Ds, we talk about these. We plan stuff from time to time. We have groups in them, in and out. Destiny, Diablo, Division, Call of Duty, and Dual Universe. Cadavari has been running our organization, our corporation in Dual Universe. We've got people that are there for every season in Diablo, Destiny, Division, and Call of Duty when there's expansions especially. We get groups playing there. What's getting really exciting these days is a couple new and upcoming and up-and-coming game properties, MMO-ish kind of things that are coming out. We've had a few of us dipping in and out of No Man's Sky as they've spun up their expedition content. So that's where you can do actually a little bit more playing together. We haven't done a ton of playing together yet, but expeditions are really, really fun. I have a great fun with that. We have a bigger guild presence in Valheim. So Valheim, Sartavius is running a Valheim server for us. And that is an amazing place to come visit. So, Valheim is a this small multiplayer world. So it's private to us and AIE. You can look at the IP address that's in the Valheim channel. We have a guild keep and a couple guild houses that have been constructed by people in the guild. We have portals that connect them. And every once in a while, probably coming up in the next week or so, we do excursions to either fight some new bosses or kill one of the big world bosses, which is how you sort of progress the whole world. We've killed all but one of them on the AIE server so far. And the biggest, baddest of them all is the only one that we haven't attempted just yet as a group. We may be doing that in the next 2 weeks. So get in there. We'll help you get geared up. If you want to help out and give it a shot, we could probably use a couple more people. I think we can have like a maximum of around 8 until the performance starts to get a little janky, but we swap people in and out all the time too. And then this week and next week, so 2 weeks, New World, which is the Amazon Games Division MMO. New World is in beta. We've been playing a bunch in New World. We've got about 15, 18 people, I think, that are part of the New World company, which is a guild. So we've spun up a guild. We're all in there and leveling up and just basically testing things out, because August 31st, this game is going to go live. We will have an AIE presence in New World. We will have a guild. We'll pick a server and a faction leading up to that game launch because we want to know it ahead of time. So we will have that done in at least the week before the game. Once we see what the final servers are, we will pick a faction because we're going to be racing to try to get our character names and our guild name because they have to be unique across server sets, at least, if not across all servers. But there's a whole new world to explore there. The engine and the graphics are beautiful and fantastic. There's a lot of depth to the crafting, and there's much more PvE than was originally in the design. So if you're not familiar with sort of with what they've done in the past 6 months with sort of the retooling of that MMO, there's much more PvE. A big part of the end game gameplay is still sort of like faction v faction PvP, but you have to opt into it, so you're not forced into that. So keep an eye on that. See how it evolves. If you can sort of see what's going on, this is another place where you can ride along with the guild as well, and the people that are in there chatting it up, and jump in the channel, ask questions, see what's up, learn about the game. If you're just curious and you just want to hear from other people what fun they're having, that's a great thing that we do too. And then I even have listed out there something like Palia. So if you have not heard of Palia, it could be, we don't know, it could be years until that game comes out. But this is a new game, very sort of PvE, collaborative, social, build a social community, build a town kind of game that a lot of people are really, really excited and hyped up about.
Me.
They have a closed alpha going on right now with only a few hundred people. So I think we have one person in all of AIE that I know of that's keeping an eye on it from the inside, but of course they can't talk about it because it's all under NDA. This is the kind of thing that it seems exciting. We'll watch it over time, and we'll keep everyone up to date. And if it is going to become an interesting thing, AIE will be there. That's sort of how that works. So cool, fun things there, but that's not all. So that's what AIE is doing across games, but video games is only part of what AIE does these days as well. Oh, did I left out a slide here, so I'll just have to talk about it. If you look in Nomads, in the Nomads channel, there's a few other channels that have spun up in the last year. There's a Dungeons and Dragons channel, there's a board games channel, and there's, if you go up to the it's our community and social, there's a sci-fi fantasy book club channel. So we're starting to get more and more of these. We've got a few D&D groups that are running like once every 2 weeks. I think we have at least 3 or 4 now that are running regularly. You can jump in those channels and ask Cadavari or Bach, or I think DP Roberts is running a game now. If you'd like to host a one shot or host a regular group, jump in there, see who's up for it. Doesn't have to be video games. AIE is all the things these days. It's all ways that we can just get together, socialize, have fun. Board games. Albus, you want to say a couple words about board games? I'm sort of springing that on you, but
sure. Thursday we are having a special. It's not our normal meetup, but normally we're meeting the first and third Thursdays of every month, 7:30 Central. And but we're doing a special one this week because of Summer of Love, and we're going to make sure to not. Sometimes we do tabletop simulator, but this week we're going to make sure. You have to own that software or whatever to do it. But this week we're going to do Board Game Arena, which is just a website. So you don't have to buy any software or anything. Just show up and play. We'll have a good time. I'm planning to play a game called Downforce, which is a really fun game. It's a racing game, like you're in the Indy 500 or something and playing special powers, and you have to kind of time your speed and stuff to try to win the race. So anyway, it's a great game. Planning to do that, and Vela has been participating with me. He'll be helping host if we need to host more than one game. I'll be counting on him to do that. So anyway, we'll be having some fun Thursday if y'all want to show up for Summer of Love.
Excellent. That sounds good. So yeah, as I said, lots going on. We haven't had as many of them these days in the past year, but meetups, live meetups. This is all part of AIE, and we would like to see more of that going on in the coming years as well. So
actually, Max, I'm going to interject quick, and I'm going to put Lancasterus on the spot because there is, and I don't know if we've ever formally announced it, and really it's not worth an announcement. But you'll notice under the Nomads channel, we demoted EVE Online to kind of a Nomads group, and that kind of reflects the status of where EVE is kind of in its life cycle and its interest in the kind of the general space of the community. But Lancasterus mentioned something about a meetup that I think he wanted to talk about.
What? Who? What? Oh, okay. Yeah, right. So, in case you didn't realize, so I've been actually running an EVE meetup for now going on upwards of now 6 years. And after basically going dormant for like 15, 16 months because of the pandemic, we actually had our first, in almost a year and a half, our first EVE meetup spin up again, where you get the hobnob with folks from like NC Dot and Goons and Brave and every nefarious ne'er-do-well that has ever played that particular like space sim. So if you're interested and you just happen to be in the LA area on August 14th, you're more than welcome to show up and hobnob with these dangerous, I would say dastardly people, which you find out are actually pretty fun, especially that like space poke guy.
I just want to say that Lake Theris, for someone who doesn't play EVE anymore, is perhaps one of the most involved people in the EVE meta who does not play EVE. It's ridiculous. But yeah,
I am winning EVE because I am playing the best game that my best game life in that game. Not actually flying spaceships, but basically being a power broker and behind the scenes guy, and basically saying, "Oh, so tell me what nefarious thing are you up to?" And people actually tell me what's going on, including everything that's happening with fake Space Congress.
I have been to one of these EVE meetups. As with any meetup, it's really great to see people in person and hang out and just talk about real things, talk about game things. Hopefully we can do more of those. I think we may hear pretty soon about a Working Class Nerds live meetup, that too. I think there will be some more meetups coming back. I would love if next year, and it would have been last year, it would have been 2020 if things hadn't gone the way they did, but we would have had a Nerdtacular in Utah again. So maybe someday, and that day may never come, but there may be a Nerdtacular again, and then we will get as many as we can of all of AIE to come hang out, because that is just such a great time.
Could I just mention
11th?
Oh, Marcus,
Working Class Nerds.
You're going to confirm?
September
Confirmed?
11th is the Working Class Nerds meetup in Boston.
Working Class Nerds meetup, AIE people, Star Wars, the Old Republic people, and just anyone in general that wants to join in Boston. Keep an eye out for more details on that.
I will be there, but I actually just last weekend had 2 people from my raid team that were going to be near Boston, and so we met up at a restaurant, and we were there for 5 hours until they finally told us to get out. And then we spent another hour standing outside the restaurant under an awning in the rain, and it was so wonderful to speak to people in person. Even if it was just 3 of us. I really look forward to the Working Class Nerd ones in September.
Excellent. Well, I'm really hoping we get more and more of those coming out of where we're at. All right, to bring us home, the purpose of this week, Summer of Love, is to double down on some of the cool things that we do all the time across all our games, but have special edition ones of them, and maybe some special one-offs. We have some regular fun things planned. We have some big extra events planned. This is our schedule. If you look at AIE-guild.org, there's a blog post up with this schedule in it. Subject to change. Things could come up. We could add more things during the week. So keep an eye on the events channel. Keep an eye on Discord in general. But this is sort of what we've got going on. The Fleet Action Report podcast is tomorrow night. Guild Wars 2 MFN. Definitely jump in there. Get a view of Guild Wars 2. Tuesday, The Amazing Race is a special player-made event that we've constructed in Star Wars: The Old Republic over the years. Corley has been doing a ton of work for the past month in putting together a version of the Amazing Race that we're going to be running for a couple hours on Tuesday night. Definitely one to watch on Twitch if you're not going to participate live. But all you need is a character with a ship, and you can come fly around, chase us, solve the puzzles, hunt the scavenging, and do the things to get some points and see who wins the amazing space race. Wednesday, as we said, we're going to do the running of the beef in the form of cool Tyrans this time around. So that's going to be going on Wednesday.
Hopefully we'll get some cool Tyrans.
Yeah. And if not, just as Gusty said, just bring something that looks like a cool Tyran. Just make a human with a pirate hat or sing a sea shanty while you're on your human, and you'll fit right in. This SWOTOR Wednesday night ops team, the SUP team, is going to be doing a special, expanding their team out to 16 men, opening up an additional 8 slots, and running a special edition remembrance version of a couple story mode operations in honor of Jana, who is a dear guildie who we lost not too long ago. And this is something that she would have been running if she had been here. On Thursday, keep an eye out. There will be an opportunity to just jump in and ad hoc, but drop some notes in the Board Games channel to let Albus and Vel know you're going to be around for special edition board game stuff. Again, no experience necessary. Just jump in there. You'll be able to participate. They'll coach you. They'll talk about how it goes. You'll get to sort of get the feel of that board games, playing that board game stuff virtually. And these guys are really, really good at it, of making those kinds of events happen. Friday, we'll have a special edition mandatory fun night in ESO. Dan Kinia will be arranging that. They are always fun. If there's a cliff to be found, you will be following Dan Kinney off the cliff.
Of course.
Saturday. Did I get this right? Saturday during the day, and then did I miss one? Is it Saturday and Sunday, or what are the two pet events? Gusty, did I get that right? 2 p.m. on Saturday?
Pet Safari. Yep. Pokemon Saturday. That's a good description. It'll be 3 to 5 on the Horde side and 5:30 to 7:30 on the Alliance side. We'll be going after the same things, but it'll turn out differently.
Okay. We'll update those times in there so everybody can sort of see what that looks like, and make sure they're connected. Saturday also, Final Fantasy map night. You can look forward to maps for fun and profit in Final Fantasy. There'll be a special edition of that on Saturday, and then Lord of the Rings SNL, Saturday Night Lotro, always a highlight as well. Maybe we can finish off with getting the band together. That's one of my favorite things to do in Lotro, where you can upload your actual own songs in almost a MIDI format across multiple instruments, and you get together with your band and play music in game. And I mean, people in the MMO crowd around when we'll watch on stage, like large groups of people. It's amazing. And then to finish off Saturday night, our ever popular new braid in World of Warcraft, Dan Kinia again. Dan Kinia for the win. World of Warcraft. And then, as I said, there might be more things that pop up on Sunday. We'll see how that goes. But Monday, August 2nd, block out the time. So 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. That will be our Remembrance Day event. There's usually a spot in most of our games where between a few and 100 people will gather. We'll talk in Discord just like this for a couple minutes. We'll talk about the history of Remembrance Day. We'll talk about what it means to us. We'll remember the people that we've lost in the past and recently. We'll get everyone an opportunity to say a few words, and then we'll have our marches, our walks, our memorial walks in the various games. It's a great, it's a really inspiring community event that's it's really sort of at the core of who we are and what we do. So keep an eye on out for that. Please block out that time and join us on a week from Monday on August 2nd. Keep the pictures flowing all week. We're going to try to have the things streaming in as many places as we can. Pixar It Didn't Happen channel is open. These are pics from last year, I believe, or maybe the last 2 years combined. I've got more pics up in the virtual guild hall on the virtual wall in the back. Get a bunch more pics so I have more pics to put up on the wall and to put into the deck for next year. And we may add them to a summary post on AIE-guild.org at the end of the week as well. And keep the communication going, flowing. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll all be around quite a bit this week in Discord. If you need a quick invite to get a character in a particular place, happy to do that. All right, with that, let's open it up to just some general town hall-ish Q&A, maybe for the next 10, 15 minutes. And then whatever we don't catch live here, we'll be happy to do in the channel. We'll be happy to hang out after, or just any time. Drop notes in general in Discord. We'd love to just catch, anybody and everybody can catch up on anything.
Just FYI, I did quickly check with Kat. I'm going to go ahead and stream the D&D thing today if anybody wants to watch us be silly in a haunted house.
Excellent. Post that in the content creators channel. If is everyone aware of the content creators channel? That's worth a mention. It's a great place for anything you do, especially anyone that streams anything. Doesn't even have to be AIE related. If you've got a passion, you're showing off you're cooking up some pasta and you stream it on Twitch or whatever content you might create in whatever form. You've got some art or some pictures that you drew. I should post the art that I've been doing in 3D. I'll do that. I'll post it to the content creators channel. Put it in there, especially put in this week I'll keep the town hall channel open for this and put it in the content creators channel. Those links to streams of stuff going on specific to Summer of Love. I would love to see those. So thank you, ma'am.
Stick figures are an acceptable form of art form. If you want to post that in there too.
Yes, please get those. Some of the best, some of the most popular artists of today on the internet, nerd artists, started with or continue to just only draw stick figures. What else? Any other questions? Any games that people want to know? What sort of what our position is, or like games that are coming up that you want to mention and make sure we're aware of? Or what else? What else you got?
Well, I do want to make an amendment to one of your speeches there. That you can play music in Lord of the Rings, which is absolutely true. But Final Fantasy does have live instruments and live music as well.
Excellent. That is spectacular. So, given that, I would expect there's an AIE band. Then, isn't there?
I'm sure we'd have some one-man bands.
Let's have a battle of the bands. Lotro versus Final Fantasy.
I think we need a band. Yeah, I think we need a battle of the bands. I think we need. Well, maybe it's gonna be the same people in both places. Let's get the band. We get the band together. We're get the band back together. That sounds awesome. Yeah, more games need that.
This is a dumb question because it's not a game we have a presence in. It's not a live game. But didn't the old Star Wars MMO have live music?
Star Wars Galaxies?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or am I making that up? I'm going to have to check in.
Entertainer
I'm going to have to check in.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to have to check in.
There was an entire musician class. That was a profession.
But could you play custom music? Could you play live music or upload custom tracks?
No. Actually, didn't it have notes you could play and you just could play?
That's what I thought. You couldn't upload music, but I thought there was some sophisticated, insane music system in Star Wars Galaxies.
Guild Wars 2 has it too. that you can play your own custom music.
Oh, geez.
Excellent.
Forster in the chat asks a question: will there be another WinterCon this year? That's a great question. I
hope so, because
I love that question. And so, yeah, I think, as you can hear people chiming up who would be responsible for putting it on. I think there may very well be, and it may be sooner than winter. So we've got a few events that we've sort of done. The con style event, the streaming weekends. You may see one of those before long as well. And then the Summer of Love type of event. Those are sort of like the bigger multi-day events for AIE. So yeah, if you're voting for one, hoping to make that happen, for sure. Everybody who wants one of those, upvote on Forster's comment there in Discord, and we'll take that into account. All right, what else? What other questions are out there? Here's a question coming in. Very, very important question as always. What did Langtheris have for lunch? But I didn't see pictures of that today.
So I did not point a picture. It was actually pretty boring. So I actually had a fantastic turkey club sandwich on whole wheat because I'm trying to be healthier. But I did wash the whole thing down with a pint of beer.
Nice. Well, speaking of being healthy, that's another social channel that's relatively active, is our health and fitness channel up under community and social. Check that out. Healthy eating habits with unhealthy drinking habits. It's balance. It's everything in balance, as all things should be. I think that's what we need.
All things in moderation. So remember, when you eat half a pound of toffee, make sure you drink some Diet Coke.
So Adorkable Raxul Sindel in chat just piped up and said the Carolinas Renaissance Festival is going to be happening this year. It's great to see those kinds of things coming back. Love to see if there's any guildies who will be attending and plan a Renfest meetup. That up in the events channel as that gets closer, Adorkable, post a note in the events channel saying this is when it is. Chime in here if you're going to go. I think that channel is open for everybody to post stuff, isn't it? I believe so. Yeah. So post it there and say, I'm going. Who else is in? That's a great place to make that happen. Okay, last call then for questions. And as I said, we'll be hanging around a bit after if you want to ask some more, or ask them in the channel anytime. But any other questions on stuff going on?
How is Babby formed?
I don't have Yahoo Answers up at the moment. I'll have to check that.
What was the question?
Am I pregnant? How is Babby formed? That was the question. All I know in Star Wars is we get the babies on Ord Mantell. That's an inside joke there.
Sorry,
I didn't stop that in advance.
Sorry, I have some slight beer leakage coming out of my nose on that one.
There you go. All right. Well, African or European, Adorkable. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thanks very much to everyone that was able to be here. In the 40s of people viewing on Twitch. I think this is the most we've ever had watching our Twitch channel at once. Tons of people in Discord. And thank you very much for the people that showed up in our virtual guild town hall. I'm excited that we got some people in here. I'm going to keep this up and running, so that code, if you didn't get a chance but still want to check it out later, I'm going to keep it up and running. It's just going to sit out there with that code. Maybe I'll update it over time. Maybe I'll add to it if people have ideas or 3D models that you'd like hosted in there. Let me know, and I'll see what we can do.
More cowbell.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Yeah. All right. And with that, I think I'm 9 minutes over into a couple events that should be starting now. Let's go. Summer of Love. Let unleash the hounds. Thanks, everyone.